So, we're having some nice weather here today.
Yeah, it is really nice out, like splashing through puddles and everything. I actually really do enjoy the rain a lot.
Yeah, I used to splash through the puddles as a kid too. So, tell me, what are some of your hobbies? Do you play any instruments? Watch any cool television shows? You don't really look like the athletic type.
And what would make you say that?
Well, I mean, you did trip on the way into the restaurant, but I don't want to assume anything.
Oh. Yeah, well, I mean, I do some musical stuff. I play some piano. I like to, make little electronic songs. I do a lot of writing as well. It's really, really fun. Oh, and I also just love to dance around to bubblegum pop.
Bubblegum pop?
Yeah, bubblegum pop. Like Aqua, Barbie Girl. Yeah, stuff like that.
Well, I mean, I've heard Barbie Girl, but I've never really thought of dancing to it. But yeah, I mean, that's cool. That's totally cool. Yeah, completely fine. So, okay, is there anything out of the ordinary that I should know about you? I mean, are you a secret agent? Have you killed somebody? I know these are really improper questions to ask on the first date, but I like to get these things out of the way. Because, if you are, I am totally fine and I will accept that. I'm just kidding.
Well, one other thing you should probably know about me is that, well, I'm asexual.
What?
Yeah?
No. What did you just say? Oh, I can't believe this. I can't believe you would even have the audacity to do this. You sicken me. I've heard about your type. You're just a bunch of elitist celibacists who think you're so much better than everybody else because you're choosing to abstain. What is this? Why did you even take me here? I will not get involved with this. This is ridiculous. Just go. I can't do this.
Okay, and where exactly did you hear that?
Tumblr?
Well, that's just plain stupid.
Okay, maybe that is a little bit stupid, but really, I'd like to hear what you have to say about this. Okay? I'm listening.
Okay, so today I'm going to be doing a movie review on a movie that you may or may not have seen on my Tumblr that I was posting about, and it's called Antisex. Now, before you say, well, didn't you get the hint at Antisex? It was translated from Russian, so I gave it the benefit of the doubt because the description looked promising. The description of this movie basically says that it's a tale about a sexual and an asexual partner trying to make the relationship work. However, the movie is something completely different. Essentially, this movie not only got the definition of asexuality wrong, but they also managed to just squeeze in a whole bunch of stereotypes and misconceptions about asexuality and make them seem true. And this really bugged me because asexuality, unlike a lot of other topics that, get exploited and made fun of in movies, is not well known enough to do this. Most people don't even know that asexuality exists, and if they were to actually see this movie, they would probably assume that it was either a joke or that there were actually ridiculous people like the people in this movie calling themselves asexual. That's not cool. So the movie basically opens itself up with the two protagonists coming together and forming their relationship and whatnot. However, the girl, Marcia, I believe her name is an asexual. And everything between them is fine, except she, and this is the first problem, has a massive fear of intimacy, which they pin her asexuality on, but actually what they describe asexuality as in the movie is actually celibacy. There's a whole lot of them. There's a group, I believe there's three of them, and they all claim to be asexual, and they're abstaining from sex because it's primitive and they're the future and it's evil and it's disgusting and blah 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 blah. They're not asexual. They are practicing celibacy, but they call it asexuality, and they call themselves a movement and the people of the future, and just give us all a really, 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 really skewed name that I do not approve of. Another thing about this was they were all completely sex negative. They all just kept going on about how sex was disgusting. The girl had her first kiss and vomited, and, well, she was drunk, but you get my point. One girl, literally, in this group of asexuals, compared orgasms to epilepsy, and they were just really, really, really just incredibly sex negative. Another thing this movie kind of projected was that a sexless marriage between, like, an asexual and sexual person could never work. And they also implied that doctors could fix this. And, oh, for the love of God, I was joking when I said asexuals wore turtlenecks. This girl had a turtleneck on the entire movie! Now, I know that's really not an issue, but to me it was kind of one of those, oh wow, you even went that far things. It just really bugged me. There was also a point within the movie where the guy protagonist was so frustrated with his asexual now wife, because they got married after like 2 weeks with all these complications for whatever reason. Anyway, there was a point in the movie where he literally was so frustrated that he just proclaimed himself an asexual because he wasn't practicing sexual activity, and it's just like, no, you can't become an asexual. This is bad, this is wrong, this is bad. And of course, the movie resolves itself with everybody getting laid and everybody being cured of asexuality. And I don't know, I honestly don't even know. I finished watching this movie and I was just so mad. So basically the problems with this film were just getting the definition of asexuality wrong, putting in all the terrible stereotypes and misconceptions, making us all look like elitists, and it was actually just generally a really bad movie. So if you really, for whatever reason, probably just curiosity, want to actually just sit through this film, I put the link in the bottom bar, and I'll leave you to just decide what you think of this film, because honestly, it just made me mad. I was just like, what the heck? No, why? Why was this movie created? And if it was created, you know, it could have all been avoided if you just would have called them something else instead of asexual. Because, God, I really hope that people just didn't take this movie seriously. I really hope they didn't, because that would be a giant mess to sort through if they did.
Okay, I'm sorry. That was a really, really bad move on my part. I shouldn't have just assumed because of some Russian film or some privileged list that you were just a bunch of terrible people. In fact, I didn't even know you guys had a website or anything like that. I thought you were a cult. I'm sorry. I've made myself look like an ass. Can you forgive me?
I think I can forgive you if you can agree to dance around to Bubblegum Pop with me.
Alright. Okay. I think we should do this again.
Let's.